Hey guys, welcome to the show. Silly, ridiculous, absurd, stupid, a rat-a-tatty woolly viva are all real words except for one that describe the movie we're going to talk about in this episode. Yep, you've read the title, you know what's coming. Hold your breath everyone, let's get repossessed. So first things first, who or what is Repossessed? Well, it's a comedy that came out in 1990 starring the legend that is Leslie Nielsen, who you may recognise from the Naked Gun movies, and of course his role in a little movie from 1980 called Airplane.
I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
That's right.
Anyway, Repossessed is a parody of the Exorcist movie that came out in 1973 about a young girl called Regan, played by Linda Blair, who gets possessed and two priests perform an exorcism to rid her of the foul beast. Wow, worst description of the Exorcist ever.
I never want to see you again.
In Repossessed, Leslie Nielsen's character Father May-I, along with young priest Father Luke Brophy, once again does battle with this evil entity, and the whole movie's wrapped around Father May-I telling a class of students how he was involved in this story of possession or repossession.
Good day to you. I am Father May-I.
Now, how many times over the years have we seen parodies of the original Exorcist movie? Particularly the moments with the possessed Regan in bed.
Darling, waste your refuge.
See you later, Mrs. Harris.
You all know it, even if you haven't seen the original movie, you're more than likely familiar with that image in your head. We've all seen it before and it's been redone, reimagined, parodied, call it whatever, a million times over the years. Big deal. But Repossessed is different because rather than being just a parody or a spoof of The Exorcist, it's more of a follow-up to the original movie. Kinda. And this isn't just a random actor that's assuming the role of a now grown-up Regan. Oh no. It's Linda fucking Blair. It's like the ultimate tribute to fans of the original to have Linda Blair reprise the role of Regan once again. Even though she's not actually called Regan, it's Nancy, probably for legal reasons. And of course, with it not actually being an official sequel, there are other differences between this character and the one from the original, and you know what? I don't care if it all ties in story-wise. Instead, I say, would they have been better releasing this as the sequel to The Exorcist rather than the nonsense that was the real Exorcist 2? Exorcist 2? Seen it a long time ago? Can't really remember much about it other than James Earl Jones was in it and he was a locust.
What the fuck?
But seriously, if anyone tells you about Repossessed, they're probably going to tell you it's a terrible movie and not to waste your time with it, or it's one of the bad Leslie Nielsen movies, and yes, even though he has given us comedy gold over the years.
Cuban? No, Dutch Irish. My father was from Wales.
He has been involved in a few stinkers as well.
We'll carry on this conversation at another time. Good night.
And I know that some people actually enjoyed Dracula Dead and loving it, but it just didn't do it for me.
Stand up. Not you. Sit.
I think I may have thought about considering laughing once or twice during the entire movie, but I remember spending most of the time sort of angry that Leslie Nielsen's talent was being wasted with weak material. He said as he suggested you give Repossessed a try.
Okay, kids, let's go.
Now, of course, nostalgia could have something to do with why I enjoy Repossessed so much, because I first seen this movie a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But even when I watch it now, it still makes me laugh.
Sister brothers.
Yep, if silly humour is not your thing, then this movie's maybe not for you because it's really silly. But I like that.
Cue announcer.
And while it is ridiculous, obviously with comedy, I think there's going to be jokes in there that are probably going to offend at least some people on some level, so yeah, watch out if you're easily offended.
Oh, excuse me. Are you getting off?
Don't get me wrong though, it's not like there's blood, gore or nudity every 6 seconds, but there are a few references or moments that just might be a tad too much for younger viewers. Like this scene here where the student's dress is getting higher and higher and Father May-I tells her to pull down her dress and, well, you can guess what happens next.
He fixes the cable.
Incidentally, the student, played by Melissa Moore, was also in another movie we've covered in the show before. Yep, it's Peggy from Samurai Cop.
Hey!
That movie never gets old. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, Repossessed, so even though I'm telling you this movie is worth your time and you should give it a try, the masses, no pun intended, have slated this movie over the years and yeah, it's not 100% laugh out loud from start to finish, so don't think I'm sitting here telling you it's the best comedy ever made, because it's not. But I think it's definitely worth watching because some of the jokes, well, simple,
Oh, honey, I think I forgot my purse. Let's go back.
Oh, great.
are really effective and I think hit just the right spots. It's mainly played out in a serious manner, like the actors are playing it straight, deadpan, but you know the joke's coming, it's just a case of where and when. Like this one here where Nancy, after being repossessed and feeling a bit funky, goes to the hospital and is telling the doctor about how she projectile vomited on her family and asks what could be wrong with her.
Possibly the flu. I just had a couple of cases of it come in today.
I don't know why, but that joke still makes me laugh. It's like I said, the doctor's playing it straight as he tells her that he's just had a couple of cases of flu come in, and of course, in the background it's a guy carrying a box that says flu on it. Simple. Genius. So when it comes to the cast of Repossessed, I don't really have any complaints. Well, I've maybe got a slight issue with Leslie Nielsen's attempt at an Irish accent.
When you fall on your face, you're still moving forward.
I couldn't hide my butt with both my hands.
My heart is wicked and too old.
I'm not sure that's the most convincing Irish accent I've ever heard, but come on, it's Leslie Nielsen.
You're a good man, Larry.
Side note, even though Leslie Nielsen is a main character and gets plenty of screen time, I'm wondering, would the movie have been better received if we maybe had a bit more of him? Or was the movie doomed from the very beginning and even the pool of Leslie Nielsen couldn't save it from mediocrity? But no, because Leslie Nielsen's been the star in loads of bad movies and having him feature more didn't help them any better, so it's going to take some more thought. Anyway, alongside Father May, we've got Father Luke Brophy, a young priest who, well, he does his best.
Look, just be good to each other.
Father Luke's played by Anthony Stark, Tony, and he's okay in this. He gets the job done without being too memorable, and he does have a few moments here and there where he might make you laugh.
You're nothing but a little girly devil.
There's a facial recognising Ned Beatty who plays Ernest Weller.
The evangelist with the wife and the matching dog?
Hey, that dog's got a name.
You all know little boo-boo.
All together now. Anyway, Ernest wants to make a quick buck from Nancy's ordeal by turning it all into this televised spectacle, and this involves some noteworthy moments involving his wife Fanny Ray and little Fufu.
Fufu is a good dog. You little shit.
And last but not least,
Where did they get a load of me?
let's not be forgetting about Linda fucking Blair,
I am the devil.
who, for me, even though this is a Leslie Nielsen movie, is the real star of the show here.
Your father wears tight underwear and I can't stand your mother!
Obviously she ends up playing a double part where we get Nancy pre-possessed. And of course when she's been fully taken over, and I think she does a great job in both roles. Whether it's the sweet innocent Nancy that's crying out for help,
Father, please help me. Please.
or the evil twisted version of Nancy, or Satan if that's easier. I don't know, it's whatever she brings to the production here that's, to be honest, the reason why I look forward to watching this movie sporadically.
See, sporadic means once in a while. Try and use it in a sentence today.
And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Linda Blair deserves an Oscar or anything here, but with the cheesy material, gags and one-liners that she was given to work with, I could easily understand if you watch this movie and find her performance annoying or irritating. I get it, I really do, but for me,
Hello, I'm Barbara Walters, and this is 2020.
it just works.
I always wanted to do that.
I think it's safe to say that Linda Blair's performance here as Satan is the reason why I adore this movie.
Look at this picture with your mother and Bella, Manuel Noriega.
And if all of that wasn't enough for you, we even get a wee cameo for a couple of wrestling legends for the 80s and beyond.
Hi, I'm Mean Gene Okerlund along with Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yep, Mean Gene Okerlund and Jesse the Body Ventura turned up to commentate on the finale, and that's just the icing on the cake for me.
Satan. Satan, you got him on the run. What move you gonna use next?
Is this cool or what?
It's the Cornelingus move.
So let's wrap this bad boy up. Repossessed is not as bad as most people would have you believe.
God bless you.
Silence!
Yes, when you watch it now, some of the jokes and references haven't stood the test of time for one reason or another, but I think you should definitely give it a try, just in case you enjoy it as much as I do. At this point, I'll put it to the floor. Questions? Yes, you in the front row that would go on to star in Sex and the City?
No offense, but I think you're insulting our intelligence. I mean, honestly, do you expect us to swallow this bullshit?
Wooly Taka Nina Woofa?